Print, email, Facebook, Twitter. More schools. University of Tasmania reopen after record flood as cleanup continues 3 days after the University of Tasmania was ravaged by wild weather and flooding. The main campus will reopen on Monday, but there could be months of work ahead to repair damage. The Sandy Bay campus has been among the hardest hit during wild weather which lashed southern Tasmania on Thursday night. The cleanup is continuing around Hobart and outer regions, with the damage bill estimated so far to be in the millions of dollars. The university's engineering, law and corporate affairs buildings experience flooding. Will be shaped a little differently in parts, but will be back to business tomorrow, Jason Purdy from UTAS said. The fact that we have been able to minimize disruption, the fact that we are here, after 3 days, I think is real testament to what our people have been able to do. They may take weeks or months to get fully back to business as usual. There is no figure yet on how much damage the university has sustained. Classes usually held in flood-affected areas will be moved to other parts of the university. Dozens of staff have worked with contractors cleaning up the campus since Thursday night's storm. The university is ordinarily a 24-hour operation. We do work around the clock. I would have to say we've taken that to extraordinary levels in the last few days, Mr. Purdy said. Mr. Purdy said the flood had taken a toll on the university. There are a lot of highly invested, highly passionate people who work here, and they are people who have lost work, had equipment damaged, so there is an emotional component of this process. The law library was badly hit, with hundreds of books destroyed and some left strewn across lawns. The law library is a work in progress. We've secured and we are in the process of restoring and preserving our rare collection, he said. The Department of Education said all public schools, child and family centres and libraries in Hobart will also reopen on Monday. It has taken a lot of hard work to be in this position, and we are very thankful of all staff, contractors and emergency workers who have worked tirelessly to get us to this position, a statement read. Dozens of houses still without power. The wild weather left 12,000 properties without power, and TAS Networks has been working across the weekend to repair infrastructure and reconnect homes. But TAS Networks spokeswoman Samantha Hepburn said dozens of homes across the state were still without power on Sunday afternoon. We are working as quickly as possible to restore power to affected customers. However, lack of access is preventing us in accessing work sites, particularly for customers in Molesworth where a bridge has washed out access to the site, she said. TAS Networks said it is difficult to know when power will be restored to all of the houses. Tasmania Police advised several roads remain closed because of flooding. Meanwhile, the Hobart City Council has been working around the clock to clear debris and reopen roads. Hobart Lord Mayor Ron Christie said engineers had been out inspecting roads and tracks, but many around the city remain closed, including Kinanyi/Mount Wellington's Pinnacle Road. Some of the road of course has been covered in a lot of debris, and that may be several days before it's opened. Some roads in South Hobart also remain closed, and the tip will be shut until at least Tuesday. While residential rubbish collection will continue as normal, the council said plans were still being put in place for excess waste, and residents with extra rubbish will have to wait. Media player, space to play, M to mute, left and right to seek, 00002300:000:23. We are asking anybody that may have collections of garbage or debris, if you can hold on to it until further in the week, that's great, the mayor said. If you feel a necessity to dispose of it, then we do thank the councils in Glenorchy, also Clarence and the Margate Tip for their assistance accommodating our residents with their rubbish. The mayor said Macroby's Gully Tip had suffered several millions of dollars worth of damage and would remain closed until Tuesday. Alderman Christie said neighbouring councils had offered to help by taking rubbish from Hobart residents until the tip reopens. We are asking anybody that may have collections of garbage or debris to hold on to it until further in the week, he said. But if you feel a necessity to dispose of it, then we do thank the councils in Glenorchy, also Clarence over at Mornington and the Margate Tip. The banks of the Newtown rivulet burst, with debris, including cars, swept into it by the floodwaters, supplied. Mark Horseman image 1 of 22. George Vickers snapped this image of the water catching people by surprise in the Hobart CBD. Supplied. George Vickers image 2 of 22. A home at Sandy Bay, Hobart, sustained extensive damage to its roof in the storm. Submitted. Rohanbury Image 3 of 22 Police sought help on social media to find the owner of this yacht, aground at Bruny Island. Supplied, Tasmania Police Image 4 of 22 Clean-up underway inside a shop in the Channel Court shopping complex in Kingston, May 11, 2018. ABC News. Ellen Cole to Image 5 of 22 Search and rescue personnel watches a 15-year-old boy is prepared to be winched to safety by a helicopter after becoming trapped in fast-running floodwaters at Tinwell Park, New Norfolk. Supplied, Tasmania Police Image 6 of 22 The Westpac rescue helicopter moves into position for the rescue operation at New Norfolk, in southeast Tasmania. Supplied, Tasmania Police Image 7 of 22 The boy is lifted out of the floodwaters, at New Norfolk, in southeast Tasmania. Supplied, Tasmania Police Image 8 of 22 The flood caused extensive damage at the Sandy Bay campus of the University of Tasmania. ABC News. Brian Millis Image 9 of 22 At Opossum Bay, the storm caused a landslip, resulting in this dwelling sliding down an embankment. Supplied, Peter Tucker Image 10 of 22 Hobart docks thick with debris from storm and flooding. Supplied, David Chalmers Image 11 of 22 Hundreds of cars were damaged, with a massive insurance bill expected following the 1 in 100-year flood. ABC News. Carla Howarth Image 12 of 22 A car which did not make it through flood waters on Lenna Valley Road. ABC News. Georgie Burgess Image 13 of 22 cars floating in South Hobart. Supplied, Lisa Cawthon Image 14 of 22 water comes down a hallway in UTAS's engineering faculty, Sandy Bay, Hobart. Supplied, Monty Bogle Image 15 of 22 sandbags and a police presence in Hobart City Centre. ABC News. Edith Bevan Image 16 of 22 Sam Icon's family awoke to water coming into their home in Blackmans Bay, Hobart. Supplied, Sam Icon Image 17 of 22 emergency crews clean up mud and debris from the CBD. News Video Image 18 of 22 The Hobart CBD has been left covered in mud and debris after a storm overnight, May 11, 2018. ABC. Edith Bevan Image 19 of 22 cars swept away by flash flooding piled up in Hobart CBD, May 11, 2018. ABC. Edith Bevan Image 20 of 22 staff tried to sweep floodwaters out of the Old Worcester Hotel in Hobart CBD, May 11, 2018. ABC. Edith Bevan Image 21 of 22 The storm brought with it widespread lightning, including a strike which took out a transmission tower, putting ABC television and radio off air for hours. Supplied, Matt Osborne Image 22 of 22 Federal flood help. State government representatives will hold discussions with their federal counterparts to work out what support can be offered to victims of the floods. We need to have conversations with the Commonwealth Government in relation to natural disaster relief and whether that is indeed applicable for this occurrence, Attorney General Elise Archer said. Ms. Archer said the state government was assessing the damage to see what support it might offer. We'll carry out those further assessments today and in coming days and certainly indicate whether or not there needs to be any assistance package from the government. Much of the damage from the storm was in Ms. Archer's seat of Hobart. The reaction from our emergency services and indeed from our local councils around Tasmania has been nothing short of extraordinary. Print, email, Facebook.